What is happening, YouTube? Welcome to Wednesday. My name is Joe, just your average Joe, hanging out in my garage, showing you some sales, seeing what's happening on eBay, maybe sharing some stories and dropping some nuggets. But welcome, appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. Don't have a whole lot like normal until we start just raw and unedited, and you know how we do around here. So I'm sure I'll come up with some stuff. I'm a talker, but. Appreciate the comments. We got some comments. That's awesome. Sharing some things that you got, Jose, and some other folks dropping some comments in the videos. Some folks telling me the same thing. They're having trouble on eBay. So it's rough in these streets, man. It's rough in these streets. Somebody, I forget his name, but somebody dropped a comment about cross listing and things like that, which is certainly something I need to consider. Today's been a good day again between yesterday and today. If you joined me yesterday, you know that I didn't show or share half of my sales because they were sales from yesterday, and I figured I'm not going to pack and ship them until today, because yesterday I got started late. It was like 2 o'clock when I got to my video, which normally I get to this around 10, 11 o'clock. Get it done early. So yesterday was just a day that I got pushed way back. So I decided to just wait for that stuff for now. So we'll go over those sales. I had a few more sales coming. I think I got like 7 items sell. Kind of goes back to my thing, 1% is what I look for to sell 90 days, or I'm sorry, every day is 1% of what I have up, roughly, give or take. So if you got 600 items up, which in my case, I got like 640 items up, maybe 648, I don't remember, 646. But anyway, 640 items up, I expect to sell about 5 to 7 items, a day. And that's kind of what it's been for in my whole history on eBay. I've been on eBay, for those that don't know, been doing eBay since 2000. So I've been around a long time on eBay. I've been through a lot of stuff, so I got a lot of things I can share that I've been through. But full time on eBay for like the last 8 years. But yeah, so let's go over some sales. I don't have a whole, like I said, I don't have a whole lot to cover. We'll see what's going on, but like I said, 1% is kind of where I'm at traditionally, and last week was nowhere near that. So last week, obviously, that's why last week's sales were atrocious. They're trash last week, that's for sure. But let's see what we got for this week, or for yesterday to today. We'll share those sales. I'm sure I'll come up with some things to talk about, because that's, I probably should start. The thing is from the night before, like last night until now, there's like 3 or 4 things that I did want to touch on and talk about, and then when I get live like this, it goes out the door. So I probably should just write them down when those little things come up, so I can articulate and discuss those things on camera with you guys. I'll try to remember doing that going forward when those things pop up, and and then write them down. So, but I can't right now. I can't think of any of them. There's like 2 or 3 things I wanted to cover with you guys. But let's cover some sales. Let's see what we got. Let's see what's sold. I did put up a bunch of items last night, and I took a bunch of pictures on items. So the way I do it, part of how I do things, I'm not gonna say the way I do it, because I do things. I feel like I switch things up a lot, because it's almost like I got ADHD almost, so I feel like I'm all over the place a lot of times. But what I have been trying to do lately, because typically what I used to do when I'd list is one item from my phone, and I'd take the picture, I'd look it up, I'd find it, I'd sell similar, and then I'd take my pictures, edit all the information, price, description, and then shipping, and then post it, right? Now what I've found that works good for me, and again, reselling, the beauty about all this is what works best for you, right? You take little nuggets from people that you watch, because there's no book about how to do this, as far as like the right way or the wrong way, because there is no right way or wrong way. It's your way, basically, and you take things from people or just yourself and how you did things at a previous job or whatever, or just being you. Just if you're just an organized person, you just bring that into your reselling thing and you can make things super organized. But whatever it is, it's all about you in this. That's the beautiful thing about this. So anybody that wants to come at me and be like, you ain't doing this right, I'll definitely consider if there's a better way, but this is how I do it. So anyway, what I've started doing and identified that works for me is, and maybe it'll work for you, is I will, like last night before I went to bed, I took like 30 minutes and I just took a bunch of pictures of probably 25-ish items. I just picture, boom, boom, boom. I knew everything was already cleaned and processed and ready to go. I just needed to get it up on eBay and take pictures. So now my phone is loaded up with like 25 items, ready to go. So now during idle time, whether I'm sitting on the couch, laying in bed, sitting on the back porch, at my daughter's gymnastics, sitting in the car waiting for whatever. I mean, any idle, in the doctor's office, anywhere that I'm hanging that I've got idle time, I can then use that time, be efficient and effective, and post things on eBay. Because I've got everything I need now. I've got my pictures. I know what the little nuances about it is. I've taken a picture of like a stain or the cracked screen or whatever it is that needs to be put in the description, so I can recall that and then make sure that I put whatever it is, the flaw, in my description, if there is any. So that's that. So that's worked for me very well. I only post from my phone. I don't post on my computer. So I know, again, to each his own. Whatever works best for you. It may be quicker to do it on the computer. I just never really done it that way. So I do it the way I do it. And so, I mean, I can hammer through some listings on my phone, I feel like, pretty quickly. So, I mean, a minute or so, I can get through a listing, you know, especially, anyway, maybe even less than a minute. The only time it takes me longer is typically if I have to research things more to figure out what the value is. That's usually what takes the longest. The posting is just, once you got the pictures on your phone already, it's just like boom, 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 add the pictures, make sure they're the way you want them, edit the description, edit the title, add the tracking or add the shipping, the little, do you want to do returns or whatever, and then boom, list it, done. It's like a minute or less. Again, I don't know how long it takes on the computer, but I know the step that I don't like is having to take all my pictures and then have to upload them to the computer, because that alone, at least for me, has been cumbersome in the past. I'm sure, and when I say the past, it could have been years ago the last time I tried, because I've been on eBay and doing this for so long. But the last time I tried years ago, it was cumbersome. I'm sure it's easier now with your phone. You plug it in, it's probably loads right up. I've seen some other folks do it, so I'm imagining it's super easy now to do it that way. And then from there, you can edit, I think, each listing before you post the listing. So you can actually post all your listings at one time. You go in and edit, go to the next one, edit, go to the next one, add your pictures, edit, add your pictures, anyway. And you just keep doing that on all, how many items you're trying to put up, and then you can list them all at one time, I believe that's how that works on the computer, which is awesome. But I feel like that minute that I'm doing, boop, 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 minute done, boop, 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 minute done. So in 20 minutes, I can do approximately 20 listings if I've got all my pictures in my phone and I'm hustling, maybe 25-ish minutes. I don't know how long that would take me to do on the computer. I know right now it probably would take me more than 25 minutes, that's for sure. Now, maybe you guys can give me some insight. How long does it typically take you to list if you're using a computer? How long does it take you to upload all your pictures and then do all your listings on a computer? Let's say you're doing 20. Let's just leave 20 as a general, because it would take me roughly 20 to 25 minutes to do 20 listings if the pictures are all on my phone ready to go. So in your case, your pictures are on your phone or your camera. You got to then get them to your computer and then got to get them on your listing and all 20 of your listings. So again, how long, if you use a computer and you're using a phone or a camera to do your listings? I'm just curious. Should I be maybe changing the game a little bit and going that route? Does it take 10 minutes for you to do 20 listings once all your pictures are uploaded? Because then that'd be like whoa, like that's half the time. But you got to consider how much time it's taking you to get those pictures to the computer. If it's quick, a minute, 30 seconds, because they all just, you plug in and it populate, and then it only takes you like 10 minutes. So really it's like 11 or 12 minutes when it's all said and done to do 20 listings. Well, then I might be a huckleberry on that one. I might have to jump in and try that. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So let's go over sales. Now I'm rambling. So yeah, my store, about 640 items, and I don't know why I'm going back to that. That's where I'm at. Let's see what sales are at. Sell. let's see where we at. So from yesterday to today, so right now I've got 656 items up for a total of $37,000. So that's my inventory is where I'm at, and that's not including all the other inventory that I don't have up yet, which that's another. I don't have a ton. I probably have another, I don't know, maybe 2,000 or so worth of inventory that I need to get up. And then I've got all my, if you've hung out with me before, you know, I've mentioned this before. I hoard, and I don't know why I do this, but I hoard video games because they're the most, how can I put this? I don't really know why I do it, because video games typically sell well, the good ones, and that's what I've done over the last like year and a half is I've hoarded all the good video games, whether it be PS2, N64, Super Nintendo, Wii U, Switch. So I've got like a whole, like, I've showed it before. They're over there. You have to go back in another video. I'm not gonna do it now. But I got layers and stacks of games, good stuff. Like all your premier titles, all your Marios, your Zeldas, your Pokemons, your Chrono Trigger. So if you know, you know all the games that are worth a decent amount. I get rid of and sell all the lower end games or bundle them with systems, and all the higher end games like 20, 30 bucks, 30-ish and up maybe. I mean, there's probably some 20 in there as well, but it's usually those higher titles. I've just hoarded them. I don't know what I need to get them all up on eBay, but anyway, I don't know why. So now you know. There's probably another $10,000 worth of just video games that I'm sitting on that I need to get up on eBay. But that's kind of like I told my wife, that's kind of like the emergency pile kind of thing. I don't know if that exists. But it exists for me. So again, to each his own. I try to get pretty much everything up on eBay that I pick and I get. However, the good video games, if I don't keep them and I have duplicates of them, which all these are duplicates, then they're in the emergency pile. If I ever need to like sell some stuff, like I've got games that'll sell quick. I mean, like Silent Hill, and again, it's good stuff. Fatal Frame, and you know, all the Pokemons. I mean, I got stacks and stacks of Pokemon games. So I know they're all quick sell, quick cash, quick money, good stuff. All the Zeldas, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff sells quick. So all your Mario titles for every freaking platform. GameCube, your Mario Parties, your Mario Karts. It's all duplicates of all of them. I mean, triplets of all of them. Lots of stuff like that, which, you know, your Pokemon Gold and Emerald and blue and green, well, not green, but anyway, yellow and silver. I don't only have like 2 crystals, but yeah. So I'm saying all that to say that's like the emergency fund. I do eventually need to get all that stuff up, but I'm not in a rush because things are fine. I'm hitting my goals. It works for our lifestyle, so I'm not in a huge rush to get all that stuff up. As long as I can get all the other stuff up, you know, all the non-video game stuff, or lower end video game stuff, video games, not video game systems, because video game systems doesn't matter where it's at. I get rid of those, and then bundle the lower end games. But anyway, so yeah, I gotta get to that at some point. But I'm not in a rush because it's kind of like I said, it's my emergency pile. I don't really have a death pile. I try not to have a death pile. I guess I do technically right now have a death pile sitting on my table, which I'm trying to get through by the end of the week before the yard sales start again on Saturday. Well, really Friday, yard sales will start again for me. So I got today and tomorrow to get, I don't know, probably another 50 items up that I got to figure out that's on the table. And then that way I'm back to almost even. And then all I have really is the video games, which again, the video games is my emergency pile. Yeah, try not to do a death pile. Although it happens. Over the winter, I had death pile bins full of clothes, and I finally got through all those. Yeah, so there's that. So what we got for sales? We're 15 minutes in. I haven't even done a sale yet. Man, jeez. All right. Hopefully you enjoy hanging out with me because I can ramble for forever. So orders. All right, so we sold between we got 8 sales. 8 sales? Oh man, something else sold. Yeah. All right, so we got 8 sales. Something else just sold while we were hanging out. So So between yesterday and today, 8 items for a total of $668.53. So bang, big. Oh, there it just came through on my phone. Big day, huge day. I mean, crushed goal, which helps. Well, this week is already on pace. We're like I said yesterday, we're already on pace this week to hit well over goal. So, which is good because I didn't even meet my minimum. Well, I guess I met my minimum last week, or this just deposited yesterday, $826. It was like, fuck, excuse my language, but so yeah, so we're on pace to have a great week. So that's awesome. I need to rebound anyway. So eBay's not quite dead, but I'll sure clickbait it. So when it is feeling dead. All right. So what sold? Let's see what sold. So the first thing it sold was. It is so nice to walk through here, guys, and not have that big TV right there in my way. I just want to share that too. By the way, what happened on the TV, I was able to get, if you were watching yesterday, I had a huge 20-inch old school CRT TV that has the flat screen. They had a little, back in the day when I was young, they came out before like flat screens. They had the CRT HD flat screens, which were still regular CRTs. They were humongous, big old bricks, but the screen wasn't that curved screen. It was the flat screen, and they were just better picture and blah blah blah. So I don't think they did those for too long. They those flat screens, but until they actually transition to flat screens, like LCD flat screens, and then those are like obsolete at that point. So people buy those now still. It's a 20-inch, and it has. I always look for the ones that have the DVD or VHS built in because those are more sought after. The more people will use those versus just gamers. But these TVs now are considered gaming TVs, retro gaming TVs, and people love them. They pick them up. This is now like the third one I've sold, and I got another one over there on the other side. I showed off when I picked it up, I don't know, like a week ago or whatever. But that one that was sitting right here finally sold. So I had a whole spiel about that yesterday. If you want to check that out on the other video, basically it was the lady, I undercharged the shipping. I was flat rate shipping, and I just did a flat $100, and it was going to Iowa, and it was gonna be like $188 because it was 28 by 28 by 28. What I was able to do is I went to the local pack and ship place. I got a 22 box, and I kept my fingers crossed because it measured right at like 24-ish inches. So I was like, I'm not gonna have much packing room, but I brought the box home. I put it in, and it had enough room for me to do what I needed to do to get styrofoam and padded in each on all the way around it basically, and then stuff it with a bunch of paper. So I was able to get it out of here for $74 shipping to Iowa because it's now in a 22 box. So I actually am going to make a couple bucks on the shipping, which is amazing. So I messaged the lady back, said, hey, don't worry about it. I was able to take care of it. You don't have to worry about sending anything extra. I was able to get it all squared away. So it's going to ship out. You're good. So enjoy. Any issues, let me know. I still haven't heard back from her, but it's going out today actually. And that's another thing I want to touch on is the whole, if you're set for 24-hour shipping, somebody put a comment on this, said that you're still going to get dinged for 24-hour shipping because I have shipping set up for 24 hours. So everything that sold the day before yesterday, which was partly one of those items was that TV, had to be shipped out yesterday. It's within 24 hours. In my experience, it is sometimes it hits and other times it doesn't. In my experience, it is hit and miss. But if you get the label done, like in this exact scenario, I'm going to try to slow down and have you guys follow. I print the label yesterday, I put it on there, however, it doesn't ship out till today. So technically I'm late because the scan in is going to show today. However, the label was generated yesterday. Now there have been times where eBay, it doesn't show and it doesn't go against me. I don't get a ding. And there's been a time or two where it has. So somebody put a comment and said, you are going to get a ding on the account. So I'm going to follow these, however, I think it's 4 items. It was 4 items from yesterday that were supposed to ship out yesterday. So those 4 items, I'm going to track them and keep an eye on them and see if they ding my account. We know one is the TV for sure. So even if I forget the other 3, that's fine. So we'll at least track the TV. So in a week or 2, we'll circle back and just kind of keep an eye on that rate, on that late ship rate, and see if the TV or any of these 4 items from the day before yesterday populate under my late ship rate, and we'll see. So this will be a test. We're gonna find out together and see for sure, because I've never actually. Whenever I do this, I don't like make a mental note of this is the item and let me check to see if it does ding my account later. I just know that my late ship, I know I've done this before a few times, and my late ship rate's like 0.25%. There's only one item for back in March, which I don't even remember what happened there. But so I'm pretty sure I've done this before, and none of those items are showing up on my thing. So again, we'll find out for sure now. So we'll find out together. And then I'll make sure I reply to his comment. And I think I replied to the comment. I said, we'll find out together. I forget what I said, but anyway, so that's that. So packing, shipping, that worked out well. If you guys were watching yesterday, first thing that sold is a green reshelled Game Boy, sold for $80 plus shipping. Fires up, works well, but it is a green reshell. It's not the original, which kind of blew me away that it's still sold for 80 bucks, honestly. So 80 plus shipping on that. This is pretty badass right here. Excuse my language, but this is pretty awesome. So picked this up at a sale last summer with all the clothes. So I just got this up probably in the past 2 months that I actually got it up, because story time. Last summer, whenever I pick, I'm not going to do this summer. I'm going to try to stay on top of it. But last summer when I picked clothes, or all last season, not summer, but all last season when I picked clothes, I just hoarded them in bins because I hate listing clothes. I know I picked up some good stuff. I know I picked up clothes that are worth money, most of them, you know, and they're like this. This is a nice one. It's a Ferrari, like a track jacket, basically. Ferrari track jacket. It's got the Italian flag. If y'all don't know, I am Italian, so I loved it when I saw this. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. But anyway, it's a nice jacket, very nice. But I hoarded a bunch of clothes. I had like 8 bins worth of clothes all last yard sale season. So I'm going to try not to do that this yard sale season. When I get whatever I get, I'm going to put it up. Even if it's clothes and I hate clothes, I'm not going to just put them in bins and just take up a whole a huge death pile of clothes. I'm just going to hammer them out and get them on. Because the other mistake was a lot of it was winter stuff. And then obviously through the winter, I could have sold a bunch more stuff, and I didn't because the winter stuff was in bins and not up. And then of course it's springtime and I'm putting up winter stuff. So, you know, such a smart guy. But it just goes back to death pile. Like, I don't do death piles, but I did do a death pile on clothes. In an emergency pile, if you're watching this long from before, the video game emergency pile is not a death pile. It's like a savings account. I ain't touching it till I need it. Emergency pops up, I can use it. But anyway, so this sold for $45 plus shipping. I probably picked this up for no more than $3, probably $1. But $45 plus shipping on that. So the good sale there. We also sold another piece of clothing. I hate clothes, guys, but they do sell. So there's that. If I can find it. All right, so this is also, so I think this sold for, was it $18? Yeah, $18 plus shipping. So this is an Adidas track jacket as well. Miami Heat track jacket. So just, you know, nothing special. I'm sure I picked it up for $1 or $2. But Adidas track jacket. So those both sold. Old inventory. Well, the one is not too old. This one I've had up for probably a year. This one, it actually sold through promoted listings. So the Adidas one is an old piece I picked up probably. It's been a while. I'll just say that. So a Nintendo sold for $160 NES. Let's see. Is this the right one? I believe this is the right one. I only had 2 of them, I think. So this is got the gray gun. So $160 plus shipping. I probably could have went higher. But I bundled a bunch of filler games with this. So I got like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 filler games. Of course, you always got to have your classic. This has always got to be bundled in. Mario and Duck Hunt. I've got the system, two original controllers. Of course, the zapper. You got the zapper, and then the system is down there. I'm not going to pull it out, but the system, the zapper, all the cordage, 2 controllers, 10 games, including Mario Duck Hunt. Probably could have went $179.99. And I had like 13 people watching. I just put this up like not even I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. I have another one up, and it's got a bunch of watchers too, but I'm not going to bump the price up. But the next one I post, if I've got pretty similar, I'm gonna test the water, bump it up a little bit to $179.99 and see what happens. But this one sold for $159.99, $160 plus shipping. So that's out of here. We sold Mortal Kombat for $9. No, $9.99 plus shipping. So $9.99 plus shipping. There's that. Then we sold another hat. I actually sent out offers yesterday. I don't do it a ton. I should do it more often. But I was sending out offers yesterday because it's been so slow. So I probably sent out, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 offers to people. I got a few counters and they were low ball, so I declined them. And then a guy bought the hat. So I was like, all right. So that's the camo. Well, I guess it's not in here. So there it is. All right. So bought a Bulls hat, which again I've had these up for probably 8 to 10 months, maybe. I've got a whole stack of Bulls hats, so it's nice to finally move another one. Well, I guess we moved one yesterday too. But it's a Bulls Mitchell and Ness. It looks pretty much brand spanking new. Still got the tags and everything on it. Doesn't look like it's been worn. Doesn't have any. Did I put it up as new? I don't think I put this one up as new. It should be, because this thing looks brand new. I did put it up as used, but probably could have put this up as new because it looks brand spanking new. But anyway, sold for $25. Still a good sale, $25 plus shipping. That's, I picked them up for, I think my in cost was like $2 or $3 a hat. It wasn't much. So there's that. So next thing it sold was, I didn't think this would sell. Let me make sure I can find it. Sometimes you put stuff up and you're like, I don't know, like there's not a ton of comps and there's not a ton of sales on them. So you're kind of like, the sale through rate is low, right? So you're just kind of like, man, I don't even know if I should put this up because it's not really worth it. But I was like, whatever. If I can find it. Oh, right here. So I got this in a deal. This is actually pretty good. I think it was $15 for this thing. So this sold. It's a CD holder. So it's a CD holder. It holds a bunch of CDs. I think 100 or something like that. 80. It holds 80. And basically what it does is got a little handle on it or a little knob on it that you can move, and then it will grab, when you open it, it will grab that one disc. And so the one disc that you grabbed where the knob is will be here, and all the other 80 discs will be here. So I got this at a yard sale. A guy had a bunch of video games in here, a bunch of Wii games, Zelda, Mario Party 8, bunch of stuff, some PS2 games, a bunch of good stuff. I think I paid $15 for the whole thing. It was all loose games, but there were some good titles in there. I've already sold quite a few of them. Well, a few of them. I think I just sold Zelda like the other day. But anyway, and then this just sold for $15 plus shipping. So it was like, I was teeter-tottering on even putting this thing up. So that's why I just put everything up sometimes. I'm just like, I'm putting this up too. Why not? You never know. You never know. That's the crazy thing. And even sell-through rate, guys, even if it's low sell-through rate, I put the stuff up. I just at that point try to be competitive in price. So instead of trying to get a premium out of it. So the last thing that sold was, excuse me, a Switch. That's the green one. So I don't think that's not it. That's not it. All right, so we sold a Switch. I just gotta find it. Switch OLED. That's not the one. All right, not here. That's PS1. Yes. Switch blue dock. Here it is. So another thing I'm gonna share this with you guys real quick. Another thing I've identified is I mentioned this before, all my N64 bundles, because I usually do like a controller or two, memory card, 5 games, you know, the hookups and everything, got them up for like $140. I haven't really sold. I sell a lot of systems, a lot of different systems, but man, I can't get rid of N64s. Obviously, if I dropped the price, I'd get rid of them, but I don't want to do that because they're all most of my bundles are coming with 5 games. So last night, or the last deal I did, I ended up getting like 2 N64 games. And I have not listed N64 games in a long time. Why? Because they're all hoarded over there. However, I was like, man, let me just put these 2 up. I don't have an N64 to bundle with it, whatever. I don't want to, I mean, let me just see what they go for. Well, it was like Lamborghini and what was the other one? Rugrats one. And they both had comps for $10 free shipping and $15 free shipping. And I was like, man. I was like, so let me test this. I'm going to put both of them up and see how long it takes for them to sell. If both of those games sell for what I've got them up for, even $1 or $2 less, whatever, I get offers on it. But if they sell, I'm going to revamp all my N64 bundles. I'm going to delist all of them. I think I got like 7 of them. Take all those games, and I'm just going to put them all up individually because they're all filler games, and I don't want to put all my filler games in because I've already taken them all out of my emergency game pile. So I don't want to add them back to that. I want to move them and get rid of them. Then I can bring the price down on just a N64 bundle to like $79.99, which those sell for me pretty well. 70 to $80 they sell for me pretty well. If it's just the system, a non-expansion pack, so you have just a regular jumper pack, the system, an original controller, and your hookups basically, and that's it. That's it. So 70 to 80, I have it up for $79.99. I got 3 of them up right now, and those sell pretty decent for me. But it seems like when you add in another controller, memory card, games, and you want to, and which works for everything else that I do when I bundle, and I bump up the price to $130, $140. N64s have not gotten any love. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna give it another maybe few weeks, or wait to see how long it takes these games. If it takes these games just a couple weeks to sell, then I'm gonna delist all them, take all the games out of those bundles, and just put them all up all individually, because it's a lot of the same games. Like I got the Lamborghini game. Probably 3 of my bundles have that game. The Rugrats game I got, probably another 2 or 3 bundles I know I got that game. So a lot of the games in these bundles are all the same filler games. So it won't be too bad. You know, 7 times 5 is 35. So there's probably about 35 to 40 games floating in these bundles. You know, I'd imagine there's quite a few duplicates in that too. So so it won't be that bad. So that's gonna be I'll share that when I get there. If we sell some of those, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just like I said, take care of that. So I'll stop rambling now. But yeah. So Switch, just a regular Switch, but I bundle it. Obviously, it's got its HDMI, it's got the power. I throw in, just like the cameras, here's a little nugget. I buy the memory cards in bulk, and I add them to switches and things like that. And then it's got the aftermarket dock, which does have the HDMI to hook up to the TV as well. So it's just like the original dock. And then I also need to add in your grips, which are right here. Set of grips. So this sold for $210. Actually, I sent out an offer on this. This one sold for $210. I sent the offer out. I had it up for $230. Sent the offer for $210, and they just checked out like just before I jumped on with you guys, which was awesome. So another sale, $210 plus shipping. And And that's basically it. So again, total of 8 sales for $668.53 between yesterday and today. And today's not over. It's not even. It's 11:38 on Wednesday. So we got technically whatever else sells. We'll know tomorrow, and it'll go to tomorrow's total. But you know, still have a lot of today to go to keep adding on to that, which is great. So trajectory for this week is looking back to normal to a degree, maybe even better than normal, which is great. I need a rebound from last week. So ebb and flows, man. Those ebb and flows, ups and downs. It's a constant, man. So if you want consistency with this, the most consistency you're get is inconsistency with this. But you keep hammering out at it, and the wheel just keeps cranking and turning. The minute you start letting off, you see that it starts going down. So, you know, hustle, hustle, hustle. This is not for somebody reselling on eBay, or just probably reselling in general, is not for the non-hustler mentality. If don't have a hustler mentality, I'm not going to say you can't do it, but you certainly are gonna. You gotta have that drive, that inner drive, because nobody's telling you to go. Nobody's telling you to make it happen. Nobody's telling you to, you know, oh shit, Joe, you don't have money this week. Why? Because you haven't done what you're supposed to do to make money. You know what I mean? So if you're that kind of person that's just kind of not really self-driven, this probably isn't for you. Again, not to say you can't be done, but it's definitely a lot harder. You have to be self-motivated, self-driven to do this. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. 36 minutes, not terrible. About 10 minutes over where I want to be. I did a lot of rambling. I don't feel like I dropped any real big nuggets today. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I'm not going to keep y'all any longer. Thank y'all for hanging out. Appreciate all y'all. We're almost at 200 subscribers, which is crazy. Next thing you know, we're going to be at 1,000 at some point. You know what I mean? Like that's, you know, it's just, you know, and I'm just little old me and my garage, just an average Joe. So it puts a smile on my face and really, helps motivate me when you guys engage with the content, because it's like I must be doing something right. I mean, I'm not for everybody, I know that, but it shows that anybody can do this. I just got another sale for $8.99. What I sell, Playmates, Ultraman sold. Awesome, cool. So that's all I got, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm gonna get this stuff packed up. And my daughter's still home with strep. She's got 24 hours of meds, and then she'll be antibiotics, and then she can go back to school tomorrow. So we went yesterday and found out she had strep throat. So her and I are gonna load up, run to Jersey Mike's, and grab herself some lunch after I'm done packing, and then I got my memorabilia business that I got to tackle and get that all squared away. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me, and we will see y'all tomorrow.